Hello, I'm Courtney, what's up, and welcome to Book Talk. Today I'm going to be discussing Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo, and oh my gosh, this book, you guys, it was so epic and awesome, and I haven't read a fantasy book in 50 million years, so this one was some good stuff, man. I finished it last night, and I literally was freaking out, and this book was amazing, and I really want to read Shadow and Bone now. Like, I'm planning on reading that next, and I'm so excited. But if you don't know what Six of Crows is about, it is about a heist, and there's a crew, and they take on the heist, and things happen, and it's crazy, and highly recommend it. This book was fantastic. It's definitely gonna be one of my favorite books of this year, and it's barely been 2016, but I know that it's gonna be on that favorites list. So yeah, this book was just, it was so good. I highly recommend it. So if you haven't read it yet, you don't want to be spoiled, I will leave now. So bye now, spoilerly people. Look at this. It's black. That's so rare. You don't see that, and it's awesome. So, Six of Crows. I don't know what this makeup is trying to represent. Maybe a Grisha? I don't know. I'm not good at makeup, so I don't know why I did this, but we're just gonna deal with it, alright? But, Six of Crows. We have our main character, Kaz Brecca, and don't get me wrong, I love him. I do love Kaz, but oh my gosh, I felt like I was mad at him the most throughout this whole book. Yeah, Kaz, I love you, buddy. You are smart. You are so smart for a 17-year-old. Like, okay, everyone in this book is like 17 and 16, and like, I literally thought everyone was 20, and they're not. They're teenagers. They're near my age, and it's so weird. But Kaz, okay, the only reason I got mad at him all the time was because of Angie. Like, he would be thinking about her and be like, oh, what should I tell her? And I'm just like, dude, just go flat out say how you feel about her. But no, it's not how Kaz rolls. And the ending, I think made him realize that he should have told her like how he felt, because Angie gets freaking captured. I'm gonna talk about that later, but that made me so mad. Like, reading that last night, I was just like, you did not just take away like the best character from the book. Like, I was so upset. But Kaz, I really do love him. He was super duper funny, and he's a great leader. Like, he has been through so much at 17 years old. So I really enjoyed him. And then, speaking of Angie, aka the Ras, I hope I'm saying her name right. A lot of people pronounce it differently, but I call her Angie, okay? You're not gonna take that away from me. But Angie's the coolest. She's a spy, and she's awesome. Like, something that disappointed me, though, is that she has her knives, and she's, like, really awesome with her knives, and then it was kind of ironic how she got a knife wound, and then she doesn't get to have her knives when they do the heist, and it was so depressing, so that was sad. But Angie, she's so awesome. Like, she's so cool, and just how, like, she can walk silently, and people won't notice her, and I'm just like, like, how did she do that? But she was like an acrobat or something in Ravka, the Grisha land. That's where the Grisha trilogy takes place. So I'm excited to visit Ravka, because they talk about Ravka the whole time in this book, and I was just like, I want to go to Ravka, and we're gonna go to Ravka. Six of Crows, because like everyone wants to go there. But yeah. Angie was awesome. I loved her so much. And then there's Nina. And Nina is a Grisha. And she's a heart trender. And they can heal people, but they can also give them wounds. Like, they're not full-on healers. But, like, they can help heal, I guess. And Nina is like my spirit animal. I love her so much as well. I really enjoy Nina. She's so sassy and funny and literally just does whatever she wants to because she literally does not care about anyone's opinions, and I respect that from her. And then there's Macius. And to be honest, Macius, I don't know if he was my favorite. He was probably my favorite guy. And that's so weird, because I feel like he's a lot of people's least favorite, besides Wyland. But, the moment we met Macius, I just, like, had this immediate falling in love with him. And then he literally almost choked Nina, and I was just like, I still love you anyway! Yeah, that whole scene, saving Macius, that's when things started getting good for me, because this book almost took me like 2 weeks to read, and that was because there's so much world building in the beginning. You have to learn about this whole world, and it's so weird, confusing. But at the end, saving Macius, that scene was epic. Like, the whole journey to Hellgate, oh my gosh, that place is weird. Like, it's not a normal prison. Like, literally the prisoners, like, fight animals and stuff, and it's kind of like Wheel of Fortune, except it's bad Wheel of Fortune, because if you land on a really bad animal, like that one guy landed on the lizard or something, the whole lizard fight, I was just like, I can't do this. And then, of course, Macius got the wolves, and like the wolves are this scarred Druskill Badgerdon animal, and he had to kill them. That was really, really depressing. Speaking of the Druskill Badgerdons, I don't hate Badgerdons. I don't hate Badgerdaw. I mean, I don't like it, but the Druskill, I hate them. I don't understand what they're doing. They think Grisha are not humans, but they are. And I love how Macius discovers that at the end. He realizes that, like, the Druskill have been brainwashing all of them to make them think Grisha aren't human, but he realizes from Nina that they are. And Nina and Macius, I will go down with that ship. I ship them so hard, and I just love their relationship and their background story. The whole background story about the shipwreck and their, like, journey and everything. Oh, man, it was so good. I loved it, and that was probably my favorite flashback, because I really did not like Kaz's flashback, because it was just depressing how his brother got firepox and died, and the whole hurt Zune thing, and Pekka Rollins and stuff. And okay, let me just say, Kaz was like, oh, Pekka Rollins killed my brother, but Jordy died of firepox, so I immediately assumed from the beginning that Pekka Rollins killed his brother. Like, I was not shocked when Kaz said that, but that's kind of like a symbolic murder, because Pekka Rollins technically didn't kill him, but it's because he took everything away from them, where I'm just like, okay, I understand what you're saying, but like, technically he died of a disease, okay? Just, that made me mad when I kind of like just realized that. I was just like, oh my goodness. But yeah, I really love Nina and Macius. At the end, oh my gosh, the end, when Nina took the Jurda Param, I was just like, oh my gosh, and Nina's gonna be okay. She has to survive and live, and I think she can beat the drug. I mean, she might go a little insane, but she is a strong woman, and I have faith in her, and Macius is gonna be there for her, and it's gonna be okay. I just still can't get over the fact that she took the drug, and I mean, I guess she had to destroy and defeat the guys and everything, and it was so funny when, like, she didn't kill the guys, but then they're walking to the ship, and then she, like, makes that Brum guy, like, choke and stuff, and Macy's was like, feel better? She was just like, uh-huh. Oh, that was really funny. But, yeah, the whole heist, this whole heist ordeal, we have to go save this scientist, Bo-Yul Bayer. Yeah, oh my gosh, the names in this book are the most confusing names ever. I thought it was bad in Magnus Chase, but this is worse, and I'm so scared to read Shadow and Bone, because I know the same thing's gonna happen again, so I am scared. But the heist, we had to go save this dude, and when we find the guy, he's dead, and that's something I always thought about. I was like, oh, what if he's dead? You know, what if he's not there? Like, they were assuming he was in, like, that one place, but I was like, okay, what if he's not there? But then I always kept thinking, what if he's dead? And of course, he's dead. the son's there, and he's like, oh yeah, my dad died in a crossfire, and I was just like, of course he did, of course he died. But his son, Kiwi, Yul Bayer, Kiwi? It sounds like Kiwi. Yeah, he's okay. I mean, he's not there for long, and I don't like him because he was making the drug too. So I was just like, you're doing this druggy stuff. Like, no, But yeah, that was just, I can't believe the guy was dead. I just still like, I'm not shocked by it, but I'm just like, of course they went through all this stuff to find him dead. Like, speaking of the heist, when Nina got into that cell, I was just like, and then Macy's showed up. Oh my gosh, you know, I love Macy's throughout this whole book, you know. Then Macy's was right there with Brom, and I was just like, oh my gosh, he's backstabbing us. What is happening? But it was okay, because then he backstabbed Brom. Then he went towards Nina, and he was like, I'm going towards something more. And I was just like, thank you. Because then at that point, when Macy's showed up, I was literally like starting to hate him. And I'm just really happy that it was just all a part of the plan. Like, just realizing that, I was just like, oh, thank goodness that this was a part of the plan. Or else if it wasn't, I probably would have died. And I just love Macy's self-discovery. Like, discovering that the Grisha are good. And that Nina is good. And they're gonna be together. It's gonna be awesome. And just, oh, I love that. I haven't talked about him yet. Jesper, aka the comedy gold. Jesper, he was really funny. He was super hilarious. I loved him. And him and Wyland, man, they're gonna get together. Jesper won't admit it, but he's got a crush on Wyland, just saying. And thank goodness we didn't have to read from Wyland, because I swear if we had to read a POV from him, I probably would have died. Because, I mean, I don't hate Wyland, but I could not read from him. And just, I'm so glad we didn't have to read from him, because I would not be able to survive that. But Jesper was so funny. Oh my gosh. Just when everything was going downhill, Jesper was just right there to make like a joke. And it was just really funny. And I loved the guy. And oh my gosh. Angie climbing the incinerator shaft. That was one of the scariest scenes in this book. Like, her shoes were literally melting off. And I was just like, what in the world? And I thought she was gonna die. She thought she was gonna die too. But then the rain was falling, and then she kept climbing, and she was like, you are Angie, whatever your last name is, and made it to the top. And it was just, it was awesome. And then the whole end, you know, they blow up all that stuff. Nina takes the pram, they get on the boat, you know, and going to go find Van Eck and get our $30 million, aka Crunge. I call it Crunge. Yeah, Van Eck. Oh my gosh, I want to kill him. Oh my gosh. Okay, literally, I thought everything was going fine. Everything was. Like, they got there, they had the scientist's son, and they had the money. They got the money. It's great. Then Van Eck was like, haha, yeah, you're not leaving the island, okay? And I was just like, what in the world? And then those Squalor people were there, and they had Jurda Param, and then Angie is captured. And I was just like, and then we read that Pekka Rollins chapter, and we made a deal with Pekka Rollins, and then Pekka Rollins was like, oh, I hope he can beat Van Eck, because if he doesn't, then I'm gonna kill him. And I was just like, oh no, oh no, oh no. Just Van Eck and Pekka Rollins need to die, man. They need to die, because, but I don't entirely hate Pekka, because he did give us money and they didn't make the deal. But then he was like, oh yeah, if Kaz, I forgot his name. Yeah, Kaz. If he doesn't kill Van Eck, then I'm gonna kill Kaz. And I was just like, oh no, oh no. And it was so cool when Pekka realized that he was missing all that stuff, and he was just like, oh my gosh, I just got pickpocketed by Kaz, this 17-year-old. That was really funny. And just, this book gave me all the feels. Like, I feel like it took me so long because I didn't want the story to end, and just, it was so good. So many things happened. Like, I feel like, I just want to talk about everything, but I can't. But this book was fantastic. so good, and I cannot wait for book 2. We gotta go save NG. We must save NG. That is like my #1 priority. Saving NG and making sure Nina is okay. Nina is going to be okay. She's going to be fine. And Kaz is going to find NG and finally tell her how he feels. Even though he kind of did at the end. Because he was like, I want you. And I love that NG made this point. And she was like, how do you want me? Like, do you want me in armor and stuff? And just, I love that. Because it made sense. Because Kaz was just like, stay in Ketterdam. And he couldn't look at her. And just, I'm glad NG made that point. Even though we were so close, I was just like, that's what NG needed to do. And this book was overall amazing. I loved it. So those are my overall thoughts and feels on 6 of Crows. And I hope you enjoyed this book talk. If you did, give this video a big thumbs up. If you want to watch more book reviews from me, you can click the subscribe button down below. And I'm Courtney, and I'll see you all next time with a new video up soon. So I will see you then. So goodbye! Yo!